Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Downtime in the Hangar, where we talk about all things GBO2 and Tangent a bit. Definitely upcoming in the future. Probably some of this.
Oh
But anyway,
boy.
I'm joined by Gustav 13
Yep.
and Gaming Emblem.
Howdy.
So guys, how was your past week, Gustav?
It it has been dandy. Just finished up Yakuza 7 yesterday. I'm gonna be moving on to Saga Frontier for a secondary game. And have been suffering through and probably will be suffering through today, trying to do more space dailies and rated climbing. Because clam matches are coming up soon again.
Yes. But yeah,
What about you guys?
I know you already kind of talked about it right before with the Yakuza though. So
Mm.
overall though, so I guess you've done all the games now,
All
right?
the main line, right?
Yeah.
Because like
So
there's some of the offshoots, and eventually I do want to get to Judgment. But we got some other games coming up in the meantime, so that's gonna be on the back burner for a bit.
I think I'm probably gonna start with the Fist of the North Star one first,
Mm.
and then go from there. Um, but which one would you say is your favorite out of all seven?
It's probably it's probably a hot tie between Zero and Kiwami. I feel like those came so much later in the series in general in terms of like the engine and stuff, but they encompassed a lot of the other like good mini games and stuff that I like too. Also, the Majima Everywhere system in Kiwami 1 was pretty fun.
Yeah, I definitely kind of am looking forward to going through those at some point, whenever that is, because that is a large amount of time.
Oh god. By the way, space rated for anyone trying to do their shit is 650 in space interior. So I guess I'm gonna be in the DJ to try to see how this is gonna go at least once.
Get in there.
Yeah, I can show a little bit of that too if it'll load. But yeah,
Stick to the other one because at least you can showcase things easier.
yeah, I guess that's true. But anyway, so yeah, Emblem, how was your week?
So far, so good. I still working on DigiPals. It's actually kind of interesting because I just got into chapter, I think it's 13. Um, and like even though I'm on hard mode, I've noticed kind of like the kind of buffering they've done to the stats. Like everybody has like extra HP, higher defense, and stuff like that. But the fights themselves didn't really seem all that tough. But now that I've kind of, I guess, crossed this like point in the story, I was doing some missions, and the mobs are actually starting to like be threatening. And I think it's probably because like beforehand, like Digimon has all these different tiers, unlike Pokemon, where like Mons just have like their like primary stage, and they have like evolution 1, 2, or whatever. Um, Digimon have like a whole bunch of stages, like something baby, something or another trainer. These aren't the exact like this is it's not the exact like order of them or whatever. I'm just going over the ones that I could think off the top of my head. But like they go from like trainer 1 to baby whatever, and eventually you get to mega, or I
Yeah,
think Mega's like the best one in Cyber Sleuth.
yeah,
I'm
like
sure like
super than Mega than or wait,
Hyper Digital.
Ultimate is worse than Mega from
yeah,
my
Ultimate is
understanding
yeah,
for
so
some reason.
it's Ultimate Mega then or Ultimate Super or something I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but you see what I'm saying, right? So,
And then
like,
there's
oh,
fusions and all this other
oh
shit
my
well,
stuff
gosh,
too.
and
actually,
then
if you DNA digivolve
oh my
into
gosh, there's
Metal
DNA
so
Cyber,
many.
Digivolve too. Yeah.
yeah, Metal Cyber Garurumon or something like that. Um,
Oh yeah, that's
but
right. Wait,
yeah,
is
so
Super and well, then the other confusing thing is though, is are you talking about like Japanese or English,
Right, that's what I'm
then
saying, right?
then
Because it's different between each
it's
one,
like
right?
what, like because then there's like champion, then
Well, champion's a thing in English too,
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think.
So champion,
Yeah.
yeah. So champion is like champion
Isn't it the
ultimate, then mega, I think.
mm,
Something like
Probably.
that. Anyway, yeah. And then like I think if you go into the Japanese version, then it like swaps. I think it swaps the ultimate and mega around or something like that.
Yeah, some of the
It's
entry
one of
level ones
those.
have different names too. Um, so yeah, there's a lot more to it, and like evolution lines aren't set, at least in Cyber Sleuth. And I think it's the case in other Digimon games as well. Like your your Tokomon, or as I like to call it, Mon, can digivolve into you know, a bunch of other stuff. And if you did digivolve indeed digivolve the right way, like um murder your whole family mon can digivolve into, you know, metal omega waifu mon or whatever,
oh
Oh
my
my
god.
gosh.
and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. The Digimon look pretty neat. There are some like, you know, ogre mon, and it's just an ogre, that are pretty on the nose. But then you have others that are like, you know, like
Ogremon.
I thought one of the knights, for instance, and like her translated name is like Crusader Mon. But in Japanese, she's called Load Knight Mon, like LOAD. I
Mm.
actually think like knowing the Japanese name, like the character's a lot cooler. Because like you know how like they had to flip USB drives, but like you can flip out the USB stick from the little plastic container or whatever. Like that's what her shield looks like. And I thought that was kind of cool when I learned her Japanese, and it was like, oh, Load Knight, and she has like a USB stick shield. Okay, that's kind of cool. Um, but yeah, we're starting to see like real mons instead of just like babies everywhere, and the fights are getting harder because the AI mons have access to real moves, like AOE heals that negate all your damage you've done, and stuff like that. So it's getting harder. But um, I like Gustav, who finished his game. I picked up Digimon on an impulse to kind of uh be a stopgap until like some of the new games came out. So I too am starting on Saga Frontier. I played it last night. I loaded up with T260G, and I'm messing around with that. But I haven't
What
had a
does that
chance
mean?
to really that's just its name.
It's a robot.
Oh,
It's a robot.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
So I'm
probably
kind of checking that out.
you already wrapped up when I ended, but I was definitely gonna check that
Mhm.
out. So I'll definitely be checking some of that gameplay out if you guys are playing that after this.
Yeah, one
Um,
of us,
I
me or
gotta we
Gustav will
gotta
probably
do
do that.
practice. If anything, you guys should be doing some practice rounds, because I'm probably gonna do some.
oh well, for me, I don't know if I'm gonna be up that morning, but yeah. Um, but anyway, but yeah. What else do you have going on this past week?
That's about it though. Just more life stuff. Like on a minor note, I got a curtain door for my bedroom, air quotes, in my studio now, and it's pretty cool. I can close it, and it blocks out the light, so I get my little like nice little dark cave where I lay down in my bed and sleep. And it keeps it cool because the sun's blocked out, and it's amazing. There's no windows in there. So if I just close the curtains, it's pretty much advanced darkness. Feels amazing, man. And besides that, you know, battle operation. I got the new suit. I'm dancing between A plus and S minus and all that good jazz. But you know, can't complain.
Cool. And then as far as my week, probably the most interesting thing was the game between the actually what is their full name for Rob's clan and Maniac?
Skylanders?
Is that it? Wait,
You're
what?
talking
Oh,
about battle
Skylander.
operation.
Oh my gosh.
I thought you were talking
No,
about
no, no, no.
Outlanders
Skylanders.
Oh my
or
gosh.
whatever it's called. Outriders?
Outriders. Yes.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Outlanders,
I do
Skylanders.
legitimately forget that name.
But
I was saying, you're the one that's been playing it. What do you mean?
oh wait, what?
Not me.
No, no, no. I know the name. I was talking about the game between Maniac and Rob on.
It's
the clan.
FFN, right? I don't,
Yeah,
I'm
FFN.
definitely not familiar with the
I-
name of the clan.
I can't remember what their
Unfortunately.
name is, but yeah. But he posted their side of it in my Discord, and
Nah.
I've got my side already clipped out. I've got it on the I've actually got it uploaded to YouTube. I just haven't put it live yet. But the funny thing is like just the reactions. Like you saw it on the on your Sunday.
Kabaji's coming,
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So like the funny thing is like before the game started, I was like, okay, Maniac, he's gonna be in a raid. He's gonna be like going gung ho. Yes, here we go. Here it is. And then like the funny thing is it's like on the other reaction, he's like, and then I was like, whoa, they readied up instantly. And then like on his side, they were like, whoa, they readied up instantly. Like it's kind of funny how the mirror reactions were kind of going. It was
Mhm.
fantastic. And then like I was crouched down and they're like, "Oh, it's all supports." And I was like, "No, I'm slow. I can't walk around that shuttle, so we're just holding the line. Like
Mhm.
we're holding strong." um yeah, we were definitely like I was like, "Come on guys, strong together. Let's go." But yeah, the and then I was like, oh, there he is, he's at the raid, you know. So like it was one of those funny things, like the just seeing the reactions back and forth and like knowing what was said at what times is kind of hilarious. But
No, it could be kind of fun.
but yeah, the um but overall though, as far as like when you watched it though, it was one of those things like some of the shot calling and stuff there was like I was like, oh my gosh, what was I even saying at that moment? I was like, what was that? What was that call? Come on. Pay attention. I got better awareness than that. But because I was like off, I went off, and I was like, okay, we're split here. Even though we were split early on, and that was kind of one of our bigger problems. I was like, oh, we're split again. But I didn't see two of their arrows like stacked on top of each other, so I could have been more wrong there because they were like right there, just working together really well. And then I was just like, I got scared. I mean, a free DS will do that a little bit,
Oh, for sure. A spin to win all over you.
but yeah. Other than that game, been playing a lot more Outriders. Got to the end game. I've pretty much maxed out the challenge tier for almost 2 characters now. I've been trying to get a recording so I can show off leveling with the other 2 classes and kind of building that up. I'm trying to. I'm actually making another character right now off stream to just kind of practice a different way to level. Because the thing is, once you kind of get
Mhm.
started, it's not the easiest to switch
Mm.
a build. And the other problem is the abilities. They're spammable, but kind of can't really, you can't really do a build that way with just your abilities. So you kind of have to rely on the gunplay most of the time. Well, every class except for one has like a bullet ability that just refills their ammo, and then you just make an unlimited ammo build, which is a little bit of RNG. You got to find the right mods on gear. Luckily, one way to get unlimited ammo is straight on the armor itself, and then you just got to either get another mod that's on armor and then get toxic ammo, or I think there's another way too that's a little bit harder.
Old
But
Magnum is toxic ammo.
Good
oh
old
no,
toxic Magnum.
that is my build. That's my main build. Is the
Yeah.
toxic green
Toxic
build?
Magnum.
It's the green build.
Well,
It's
intensify
green.
the
It's
toxicity.
green and black. It turns my gun, whatever it is, it just turns it green and black and just shoots toxic rounds. I mean, hey, I I can spawn a minigun and intensify the barrage. Like that class was just like straight up calling my name, I guess. And I literally like the funny thing is though is like reading it, just it says it's the support class. There's a lot of healing and you use snipers. And I'm like, uh minigun and LMG. No, you're supposed to snipe. But I'm glad there's actually because when I saw the minigun and LMG, I'm like, why does it say long ranged? You have to be like right up on something, otherwise your accuracy is non-existent. Like I thought it might for a second. I thought it might be like an auto target minigun thing, but it doesn't do that. So like, but yeah, I'm trying to swap my build to the minigun in game, but again, it takes so much for legendaries and getting the right gear to kind of make it work. And that's kind of that's one of my that's what I think one of the flaws is with the gear is that it takes too much. So to get other builds working, which the thing is, once you get those builds working, they're completely broken, and they're like some of them I've seen is just so broken that it's not even funny. There's one I'm working on with Pyromancer that a friend of mine's already doing, where he's just like punching the ground. It just looks like all the time, either shooting out a flame wall or some other thing. And then like if it's a boss enemy, they kind of explode at the end. So like he'll just like punch the ground a bunch or whatever, and then everything just explodes. And I'm just like, okay, that was impressive. I'm just gonna continue holding down left click while you slam 1,
Intensify.
2, and 3. But yeah. But like the thing is, like he can clear the entire screen if everything works right, because everything just kind of builds up, and then he hits one button, and everything just goes poof and explodes with fire. So it's really cool some of the stuff they can do. But yeah, that's pretty much been it. Path of Exile, been working on some videos with that. Actually, tried to get one up before this for the patch notes and the gyms. That's looking juicy. They've got a lot of crazy stuff. This league was very simple, but they reworked everything from like almost every past league. So something you would know, Emblem. You know Labyrinth enchants? For the helmet, you get 3 now that pop up in a menu. You don't have to click the helmet you're doing it on. You just go to the thing, the enchantment beacon, whatever it's called. Anyway, you go to it, and then it just pops up 3 enchants, and then you can be like, okay, I'll be right back. Go to your stash, grab the helmet you want, and put that appropriate enchant on it. That is crazy. Like you can.
So let you leave the labyrinth and come back.
No.
Is what you're saying?
You don't leave. So the
Oh, the stash is in the thing,
before
right?
you
Yeah.
click the skull, and then you just put it on a helmet.
Put
So
it
like
on the item.
like say I had
just gave you something, right?
say I was doing an Abyssus build, right? And I wanted either the skill that I'm using, or something that was involved with it. Well, I would have to click it, and because it is an Abyssus, it's more likely to get a armor-based, so just a red skill gem. And in that case, I would click it, more likely to get a red skill gem, and boom, it's a random piece of garbage mod that, whatever. Okay, time to do this 400 million times and never get the one I want. And
Oof.
yeah, no, it was really that bad. Now you see 3 random ones, and you're like, well, they all suck. So there's 1 boot enchant and 1 glove enchant that you could also use. So you technically have 5. But as far as the helmet ones, you have 3, and you get to pick the one that you want. So
if you don't want it, you just leave. Essentially.
yeah. If you don't want any of them, then you're just like, I'll throw it on something or whatever. Maybe use it later on some random build, and then you just yeet out. And if the boots or the gloves aren't good for your build or for another build, then same thing. But I mean, should be at least something that you're going to use now, rather than yeah.
But you get 3. You get 3 chances instead of 1.
Well,
is what it
yeah,
sounds like you're
essentially,
saying,
you
right?
get to pick 1 out of the 5, but you get 3 helmet, 1 boot, and 1 glove. So I mean that's, and then the thing is, then you get to just pick 1 and put it on something, rather than you have to lock in the helmet beforehand, kind of thing. So that's amazing quality of life, and that's just the labyrinth. Now you can trade your temples for incursion is another thing. They would just went back to all the leagues and just made them all better. Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah, the quality of life is huge. So I can't wait till tomorrow. That's gonna be fun. I was thinking about not even playing tomorrow, but yeah, I'm definitely not gonna do an all-nighter though.
Race.
Nope. There's actually not one going on this time too. So
Oh no.
I mean, there is the usual one for the ladder, but that's it. So I'm gonna kind of chill a bit more. I'm busy anyway, trying to get stuff done. So it works out. But yeah, that's pretty much been my week. But anyway, let's talk about something that's terrifying that I kind of want, but is very
Taxes.
terrifying. Wait, what?
Don't mind me. I just messing around. Let's see. Oh, let me make this go.
I just did the same thing. I was like, wait, what is it called again? But I was like, oh yeah, it's just a Dijeh. It's just Shars.
There it is.
DJ weapons barf.
Oh my gosh.
But actually, what did you say?
I said something that's really terrifying, like taxes.
Oh, taxes. Okay. I thought you said
Yeah,
like
real
axes, and I
terror.
was like, what? Axes? What?
Axes could be pretty terrifying too. Have you ever been yeeted by the Dowage, man?
Yeah, that's that bathroom scene with the with the watch. Okay, but anyway, so yeah, I'm terrified of it. What do you guys think of it so far? And I'll go ahead and pull your gameplay up.
Oh, guess I should have gameplay. Hold on a second.
So playing as it was a pain in the ass in space, but some of those matches yesterday were pretty fun.
Oh, you got a full screen. One sec. Okay, here we go. Now it's up. So I didn't know it had all of those weapons until I saw the screenshots, because I knew it had its beam, and I knew it had
Mhm.
the like 1.5 second big charge, and then it's got the backbinder cannons. Those actually, where I've got my game up, I'll go ahead and check that out real quick. Um,
Heckin' buildings.
but I'm kind of curious to know, because they have only 1,100 damage for the backbinder beam cannon. They do stagger, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Um, everything except for like the main pistol, you have to hit a couple of times. The little side guns, they don't have enough stagger build up to cause a stagger. Vulcans are a bit low at 2%. Um, I don't know if they actually give you enough. But all of the normal things that you would expect to cause an instant stagger, um, cause an instant stagger.
I
Oh, I killed it.
think um wonder if the beam pistols have 350 range. I think they actually, like, literally everything from the Dijeh, the shoes room, or Dijeh, the everything from the shoes room Diaz literally does the exact
It's
same
300.
damage. 300.
Mhm.
Okay, so they're a little bit lower. Damage wise, they're the exact same as, well, they're 50 less for the backbinder. Interesting. That's actually kind of cool.
Nice. Back up. And the full charge causes a knee stagger and consumes all your E-caps.
That is gross. 1.5 seconds.
The Vulcans feel like they do pretty good damage, so I don't know if you noticed how much they're taking on the support, but that's 270 or 215 rather. Or is it 75? Yeah, 215 on this guy per shot.
Yeah, they got 140 base damage, which is kind of insane. How fast do they shoot
And everything
actually? I didn't notice the speed there. Popping back over.
goops.
Yeah, so this thing has damage and just every weapons galore. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, for sure.
Like, trying
It's
to,
like a chunky camper.
and everything has what, about 300 range?
Beam pistols are 300. Bird limes 2. Cannons are 500. Sturmfaust is 250. Um, Vulcans are 200. Yeah, so floats around there.
Yeah, can you go ahead and fire the Vulcans real quick? I'm curious. I didn't see that earlier. Oh, that's pretty nice. Wow. I mean, normally you expect it to do about 100 and something, so to hit like a general, even in the shoulder there for like 120, that's pretty solid.
Mhm.
So does the beam that you shoot, like, how does the main beam shoot normally? It's got like what, a 1 second um,
It feels similar to the Jarja.
charger? Okay, yeah, that's nice.
And that knee stagger though.
So the crazy thing is you could just shoot, and then when you're almost
Yeah,
out of
you could
ammo,
stagger up really hard,
yeah,
knock
then
him down.
that's kind of crazy that you could just poke, and then for your last shot, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna charge this and take a knee.
Yeah, and big thing to note is that the amount of ammo in the gun doesn't affect the stun time or anything like that. Your knee stagger is the same at 8 rounds and one.
That's the grossest part because, like, again, you could just be like pew 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 pew
And
and
just say the
poof,
last one, yeah.
because the reload time's the same either way, right?
Mm.
There's probably a
Yeah,
better
yeah,
way to
yeah.
do that.
Yeah, that thing has some crazy combos. Those should be good at breaking legs, actually. I wonder how many shots it takes to break legs with the little tiny beam guns.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It'd be interesting. I'll kill this thing and then go and take some damage because it also has biosensor.
And that's the other thing, when you have biosensors just like the HML, you have 2 dodge rolls when biosensor is on. But
Hey,
yeah,
nerd.
I'd be curious to see how fast you could kill a support's legs with those tiny
What's up in
beams.
that? I was hoping he'd come over here, but I guess not. Well, maybe it's because I didn't save. I forget you have to apply to changes. Okay. Come on, Kubaloo.
Boobaloo.
Do it. Come
Hit
on.
me.
Do you want?
Hit
Stop
me,
trying to hit
Kubaloo.
me.
I will say though, this thing is so tanky. Like,
Very chunky.
here's pretty much the point where I got really scared of this thing when I found Gustav and I was like, "Ah, I'm in the O. I'm going to do big chunk damage," and then I only hit for like 2,000 something. And I was like, "Oh,
Yep. It was like, oh no.
oh no!" Like, my
Ooh, my game
It's
initial
is acting
hit
on.
weird.
was like just under 3K. So like best case scenario was like 17,000 to 19,000 damage, and you had what, like 3,000 or 2,300 health on yours, Emblem?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then any kind of like, so did you not have any parts on yours, Gustav?
For defensive, no.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
had the baseline because it's on top of the baseline. It's got buffers like the Sair.
yeah.
It's got 3 different types of like extra defense on different parts of its body.
So we can dodge roll now.
Yeah, double dodge roll. This thing
And
also starts with 80 thrust. Like what?
You can actually just pretty much max it out with like 1 level 4.
so when
230 fast
biosensor
speed.
is on, you get +5 to your range modifier. So yeah, that's 48 now on that. Your melee correction goes up by 25.
Wow.
Melee and beam resistances go up by 20. Uh, live ammo goes up by 10. Hmm. This is a weird translation. It shows beam. Oh, okay, okay. Beam is 20. Melee and live ammo are 10. Okay, that was weird. They have it strangely to translate. Heck in Google. Speed goes up by 5. So does your boosted speed. Thruster consumption gets reduced by 20%. Your turn speed goes up by 15, and you get evasion program level 2. or whatever it's called. Yeah, and that's the big thing. It also only it activates at 25% life instead of 30 like the other biosensors.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It's not a bad increase
It
though.
had to pay some kind of raid tax, I guess.
You would think. Ugh.
Yeah, this thing is. I mean, it also has damage control 1. Like, what? But I will say,
Good day to
though.
be a raid.
I will say, though. Something like the QBLA isn't too bad against this thing. And the Toad's Rider was pretty solid. Toad's Rider was like the best, I think, at trying to kill it. I was playing this morning. But overall, the O felt good as well. But the thing is, where I can't just like one combo it down, it felt really weird. And the thing is, then I had to really be careful and actually knock the thing down. But I could kind of keep it infinitely stunned. So I just treated it like a support, as if I was a raid as a general. So it wasn't the worst thing to try to deal with, but yeah, and that buff to maneuver armor plus damage control, you can feel that. That is pretty nice.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of the suits where like when
Or
it's boosting, you're gonna have a hard time.
so overall, trying to fight against it, and then like I said, about the only thing that I think can do well support wise is the C1, and that's just because of the heavy stagger. That's about it.
Mhm.
And then just getting out and trying to outmaneuver this thing is about the only thing you can
Yeah, the
do.
C1's gonna cry as soon as it gets caught, though. But
Oh
that
yeah.
could be the same. That could be for any good raid, though. So who knows?
Yeah.
But it seems pretty solid. Like, I would say the biggest thing about the suit is like obviously, you're gonna have to play it a little bit careful because you don't have the dodge roll to kind of use as a get out of jail card. So you have to be a little bit careful there.
Yeah, you kind of have support problems, but in reverse now.
Yeah, and even with biosensor, that's 25%. Doesn't it may not seem like a big difference, but that's a lot of it's a big difference in HP for sure.
I mean, that's pretty much the whole problem with like um only again, most of the team is going to be hitting you though. So I wonder if they did that because they're possibly going to implement the changes. I guess would that be next week? Or would that be the week
Oh, the
after?
comp
I would,
changes or whatever.
yeah, I would think so next week.
Yeah. Like I wonder if they're going to do that at the end of this month, because if that's the case, then that 25 would
Was
essentially, if you have a slight resistance to like generals hitting you, that would kind of be the same as if the 35% or 30% on the like the game lock with having or even the HML, both of those having the same kind of like biosensor thing and really relying on it to stay safe.
Mhm.
So that could even out if they decide to do that. Honestly, I like what they did with the buffs to like the skills. I mean, we've talked about it though before, that the skills are really something they should utilize more. And I think this time
As
they
long as they
actually
don't
did
give
something really good.
generals level 2, I think it's fine. Because I feel like raids needed more stuff that was their own, and they've really started doing a good job at with heavy attack and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
As long as they keep this tempo up, I just want to see new Gundam come out and it's like general with heavy attack. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be what
right.
it is.
No, that's gonna be exactly what it is.
It's gonna have a
And you know
heavy
what?
attack. The funnels are gonna be able to be like individually moved or some crazy bullshit. They're gonna be like
Oh
really
no.
strong. You're gonna have the shield going on.
Okay, here's what's gonna
I do
happen.
think it'd be cool if like new Gundam was a support. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be a general, but it was a support, and like the funnel attack had a heavy attack esque kind of mode. and that
It'll
was how
just
you
be a
put the
general
shield
with
up.
a heavy attack funnel.
Yeah, I'd love to see
Yeah, the
another
shield is a heavy
Amuro suit
attack.
be a support, just because I'm a fan of the new Gundam and I would love for it to be a support. But it's definitely going to be a general, and maybe we'll get another version that's a support, hopefully.
Full
But
armor or whatever, yeah.
yeah, this thing right here, yeah, woo,
Big
oh
chalky thing.
yeah. Okay, anyway, but the with this giant gun that's as tall as it is, um, but my thing is they're giving the win to Char right here, as far as like the two suits that they just came out with, and then they're gonna
Char's gonna
like
get it back when the Char's counterattack comes out, though.
like
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I feel like the new is gonna be the grossest thing we've seen,
Yeah.
and then like the Suzabi is gonna be like
Cool,
it's
but also raid tags.
cool, but raid and just probably big Chungus problems. I have a feeling they're gonna do something like, unless again, like I was just like, what? Do they have like a mega Char fan here with this suit? Where did Amuro got like shafted here this time? But we'll see what happens when the
Honestly,
new
most of
comes
the
out.
suits that Amuro is known for don't even see much play. Like, I feel like Grandpa Gundam comes up every now and then. Same for the Proto. G3 kind of had its moment when it got buffed, and then it kind of just faded back into obscurity. Um, the A1, I feel like, comes out to play.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did pilot the A1. I mean, the thing is, these are the first two though that we've gotten a tag that was literally both
Sure,
of
sure.
them
For
for,
them.
yeah. So maybe that's fair enough, I guess. But maybe the new will just be like just the new, no Amuro
I don't.
tag.
Yeah, they haven't put any
But
tags on any other Pro Tag suits. I think
yeah,
the assumption is that like who else piloted them.
yeah, right.
Right.
But I think it's cool that we pretty much called it after we were like, yeah, that's an Amuro suit. They're gonna come out with the Char suit. I was just like, I don't know where they're gonna be pulling it from, but who knows what random nonsense. Oh, that was kind of the comments
In his
though yesterday.
in his illustrious career of mobile suit piloting.
Like, did you guys have the same comments of like, because I know people were just like, wait, why would they? They're coming out with a Char suit. Wouldn't they come out with something a little more iconic for a first Char suit? And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
both of
Oh,
these
that
are
was kind of
pretty
funny.
obscure on purpose.
yeah, I was gonna say, well, they already did the obscure thing with Amuro, so I didn't expect anything different.
Shoot, it's fine by me. I'd rather have this than Char's Gelgoog or some nonsense like that. It seems way
Oof.
better.
Oh man. Well, I know a few people that's triggered by that. If they hear this,
Yeah, they'll be okay.
that is so good. I agree though. But yeah, let's go ahead and bring up the stats and stuff, and then we'll
Yeah, that is a thing. Let's see.
streamception.
Ah, it's Magnum.
But but yeah, go ahead and bring up the stats and stuff, and then
There you go. I've got everything pulled up for all the finer data too.
okay. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and go over that, then we can give our final
Sure,
thoughts and
sure.
stuff.
So HP is 21,500 base. Your ballistic resist is 27. Beam resist is 27. Melee resist is 28. Range strength is 28. Melee strength is 29. Movement speed is 120. Boosted movement is 230. That's the same as the Mark V. Base thrust is 80. Turning speed on the ground is 63. 69 in space. Has
Giggity.
melee priority 2. 3-star. Counter is just a standard kick away. The slots, as we can see, are top slots are close range or 17. Medium range is 14, and long range is 17 as well. And probably because of the general like nature of the suit. Ah, train.
Choo-choo.
But probably because of the general nature of the suit, the modifiers aren't too different. The only one you really see a difference in is the side swings have an 80% modifier rather than
Okay.
the normal 75. But neutrals are still 100 and downswings are still 130. So the primary beam rifle, as we can see, is the Dijeh QB beam rifle. So base power is 1600.
See what you did there.
When you charge it, when you charge it, it goes up to 3600. And as we saw in the video or the showcase or whatever, a full charge will consume all of the remaining E caps, but do a knee stagger. Um, yeah, time between shots is 1 second. Range is 400. So let's see, large stagger at focus, all bullets consumed. Stagger value is 50%, which is pretty nice. You pretty much just charge at people, just pap, and then take them out. It's Naginata, has a base power of 2600. So just to compare it to its, you know, other similar costed raid suit, the Mark V, you do have a little bit less damage. Mark V has 2900, but you do get you do get a little bit more versatility. So it's probably not the worst. It's not the worst trade in the world. Um, where was I? Here we go. So starting with the weapons, the Vulcans have a base power of 140, which seems pretty beefy.
Yeah.
For Vulcans, if I do say so myself. I mean, the Mark Five or the Mark Two rather has some chunky Vulcans that no one ever wants to get hit by, and this has more damage at its highest level. The Mark Two has 105 damage, so that's not bad.
Looks
And
like
like
they fire
another
decent
suit,
fast too.
yeah, it's kind of interesting how like strong the weapons are. Another kind of comparable suit with noteworthy Vulcans is the MLRS, and I mean its Vulcans are only 99 per shot at its highest level. Um, I will say though these are notably slower. The MLRS fires 600 shots a minute, whereas this one only fires 400. Um, and this is just more for harass than anything else. The stagger value per shot is 2%, so
Mhm.
Really?
it takes 50. Yeah, it takes 50 bullets to stun.
Pretty
And
much the
I was
entire
noticing that.
thing.
Yeah, I was noticing I wasn't even getting the stun off, which was a little bit weird. But it maybe just who I was shooting at.
Yeah. When you were shooting at the
The
Cubulate, it has damage control.
Oh, I was just thinking about the support. But
Oh,
yeah, that was a little bit weird. Um, the beam pistols are 50 per shot or 50 per gun. 18% heat rate and range is 300. It does cause flinching. It has ASL. 10% stagger per shot. So you could lead in with something and then follow up the beam pistol and stagger out. It's like maybe if you want to like pop something with your gun, pistol them for a little bit of bonus damage or something, and then follow up from there. That's an option. Bird lime works like a bird lime. 300 damage, 200 range. You throw the goop at somebody. Um, and it also has like the usual debuffs of reducing their speed, making it to where they can't transform into a transformable flight suit and stuff like that. The cannon binders have a power of 1100, and that's per binder. Fire it takes 1 second to ready up. Range is 500. I didn't notice this, but apparently they penetrate.
yes.
Stagger value
I'm
is 10
never
per
I'm
shot.
never sure if they penetrate or if it's just because the gap between them so wide that it's just hitting like multiple suits.
Well, this says it's penetration, so
Yeah,
it must
they
have
do.
some kind of penetration. I didn't even
The
notice. I'd have to try it out.
They're the same as the Shoes Room Diaz. They
Do those
should.
penetrate too?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I guess I don't play enough. I already noticed. And then the Sturmfaust, which is honestly the kind of haymaker of the suit, to be honest. That's
Mm-hmm.
where your damage comes from. So you have 8 Sturmfaust or a clip of 8, and every time you use it, think of like the simplified rocket launcher. You fire 2 Sturmfaust from each of your shields, from one arm and then one from the other. Um, so that's a base power of 1500. So it's like 3000 base power if you're hitting with both on each side times 2. So you're dealing out tons of deeps. Like against supports, you're easily dealing over 8000 damage.
Tons of
Um,
damn.
like it's crazy. But you definitely want to just set somebody up and then unload your Sturmfaust into them and then do whatever other cleanup. If you're tight enough, you can do like a stun knockdown Sturmfaust and to do like a neutral or something like that. You can probably get a down swing if you're really tight and cheeky, but a neutral will definitely get you in there with like a spare second ish. But it's got really nice stuff. And then the skill list is rather extensive as well. You have level 1 balancer, high spec ambac, maneuver armor 2, force injector level 2. You have combo controller 1, so that's 2 swing combos. You have damage control level 1, so your stun threshold is 130%. Leg shock absorber 3, anti blast stabilizer, such a good skill. Um, You have back binder special cushioning, which reduces your binder damage by 10%. Leg buffer is 15% reduced damage to the legs, and your shields have special arms equipment buffer level 3, so they take 30% less damage when they get hit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, that's pretty good. Train.
Isn't the Gyaradoga only 15%? Is that right? I'm pretty sure it's 15. But like the fact that this has a 30%, like this is Cubulate shoulders only in it kinda is better since they're so easy to hit, right?
Yeah, because it actually covers more as opposed to just like from front or maybe slightly side.
So yeah, this thing is
It's
terrifying
only
for that.
10. It's only 10% on the Gyaradoga.
Oh my
So
gosh,
because
it's even
Char pilots
worse.
it, it has to be 3 times
Oh my
better,
Yep.
of
gosh.
course.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
it's gonna. Oh no, gotta be 3 times better.
You know, they were looking at each other when they were doing the number, like, hey, right?
He did the thing.
He
Gotta
did
fit it
it.
in there somehow.
Yeah, and before this gets nerfed next month.
I think it's gonna get nerfed.
Yeah, I could see this thing being a
It,
powerhouse
like,
when the adjustments to the team comps, depending on how the team comps work, get put in. But I honestly don't think they'll nerf it personally.
well,
Hmm.
okay. When we get to final thoughts, I'll say kind of also what I found in the games I played this morning.
Mhm.
But yeah, um,
My thing is just because it's a raid, and raids usually get the shitty end of the stick, so.
Oh, I'm pointing down because Gustav is underneath me in Discord, but what he said.
oh, I've got it. Point the other way. There you go.
Because as it is, like, I'm in these raideds, and, like, people are still doing the usual shit, all generals, one support. You know, if you try to switch to a raid, they're just eating out, or, like, someone else on the other team's leaving, probably for the same reason.
Is it space though,
It's
or the ground?
yeah, in space.
Okay, I could kind of see space a little bit more.
I'm curious to come back around to ground, just to see how that's going in terms of this thing. Because it seems like its honeymoon period didn't last very long if that's the case.
That'd be weird
This
if
morning there
people
was a
weren't running it. Like
ton.
this thing seems really good. The only reason I could see why people wouldn't pick it up, and I think it's the same reason the SCR may not get played as much, is just because like that dodge roll is such a crutch, and I mean, any kind of like latency is just going to screw you over in this suit. Um,
Mhm.
and it's not really like a bad thing. It's just
I
more of
mean,
like
latency fucks you on rolls too, though.
it does, but you still roll out and don't get stunned. You know, I'm not talking about like just taking damage. I'm more talking about like resisting a stun. My problem is when on my side I'm boosting and then I get staggered out of my boost.
Mhm.
At least with the dodge roll, I'm not like still in range of the follow up or whatever. That's kind of like what I'm getting at.
Yeah, like when I said with the when I was playing, I got um I caught a couple this morning, and it was I would hit them with the 4 hits. Then I think I'd have to hit them again, but either way, I get the first stagger. Then I'd either, if I was close enough, then I go in for the melee, or I'd shoot them with the main beam, then follow up with a melee, then follow up with the next melee, then go back to the other melee, knock them over, then shoot them again, and then melee them one more time. And I was getting
Did we
either
mention
close to
melee?
killing them. Yeah, but I mean, I was keeping the whole like stun thing, and then knocking them over right before they get their dodge roll, and that's it was kind of funny. I was like, I haven't been able to do this to a raid at this cost in a long time. So yeah, um, as a support, that's your only safety net with, like, say, for instance, like I said, I tried the game hawk, and that's about the only thing I could do with it too, is I could stagger it a couple of extra times and hope a general was on its way. But yeah, that was the problem with that.
Hmm.
But there was a bunch of them this morning, so at least on ground there was quite a few, and it was gross. They were all taking all the scores, and even when we had teams of mostly generals, it was still like I wasn't even getting attacked that much. They were just dogpiling on my general teammates and just slaughtering them. I was like, oh, this guy disgusting. But yeah. So then the other skills. What was the other skills that you didn't have? Was it just the flight system and what else?
Um, Thought we covered them all.
Okay.
Oh, flight control. We talked about biosensor already. Simple biosensor, flight control 2, and it has assault booster.
Yeah. That assault booster saved you last night, man. I was
I was falling.
salty. I was salty over that one. I was like, oh, I got him. Nope. Because then that assault booster negated that stagger because you barely went. You did the fall off like the thing that you normally don't want it to happen, and
The bad thing.
yeah, and then it kind of got him over behind the thing at the same time. I was like, what? What is that nonsense? Come on! Like he rail grinded to safety because that's technically a fall animation. It didn't do anything. Oh man. But yeah. I guess final thoughts.
Mm, it'll be interesting to see it more.
I can't believe people wouldn't want to be running this suit. It's awesome.
Mine is pretty much I am terrified, and there was so many of them this morning, and the team that had more of them won every time. So yeah,
Like, I don't know, maybe once the map rollover happens and we're on ground, it'll be a different story, but in space right now, people don't seem to really bother. Like, we actually have a fucking G3 as the other team's raid right now.
That's
And they
interesting.
didn't yeet at 650, and I'm in a Mark II because no one wanted to go raid.
Hey, I love the Mark II Cubile in space, man. Like that's where I got my 245,000 game. Like the
I feel
Mark II
like this suit
Cubile
would
is
be
good.
painfully consistent in space just because you have good follow up.
Oh, and you have a
So that's
really
interesting.
easy knee stagger too.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the
But
thing is, shooting in space is hard.
not if they're knocked down. Just knock them over and then
Knock him over and
And
laugh.
just stay still.
But personally, if I think they'll leave it alone as far as the suit itself goes, but because of the only defensive abilities being damage control and the buffers or whatever as well, but the main like stun resistance being damage control and maneuver armor, I could see some cases where it could be a little bit of a liability. But that's not really like a knock against the suit itself. That's more of just an issue with latency as a whole.
Yep.
Um, if we did live in a world where they nerfed it, which I don't think is going to happen, like they never nerfed the Mark II or the Dryson. The Dryson hasn't been touched yet. I'd be super salty. That
Again,
thing has
both
maneuver armor
generals.
and a roll. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'd be salty as fuck if they nerfed the Dijeh. But I think if they were going to nerf it, the big thing that I would see them doing would be honestly literally just reducing the damage on the Sturmfaust. Um, if they did something like that, I think that would be like the most notable thing. But honestly, like from a standpoint of like 100 to 0, this thing Philly really feels like it may be meant to poke. Because even like on the chonky supports, um, and I might just need to adjust my build some because I'm still playing around with it. Like they're still having a sliver, so it doesn't seem like you can just like you want to be able to have some combo or poke down beforehand. Like you're probably talking about like an 80% kill with you like popping shots before you get there or something along those lines. Kind of doing lead up.
Yeah, like most of the
So
time, when I was playing like the game log, for instance, like I would get poked a lot by one of them, and then finally, when I was about below half, then someone would eat across and go for the approach, and that was the most common. Like, and then they would knock me down and then hit me with a Sternfaust or vice versa, whatever. Either way, they normally knee stagger me, so I was just like, okay, I'm just sitting here.
yeah, but if they wanted to buff the suit, I would be okay with them removing shield buffer 3 and giving it the shield effect. I don't have it on this count. The shield effect on the Mark 5, where like when the shields get destroyed, they don't cause your suit to flinch, and just making the shields.
That'd be nice.
I think that
Oh
would,
my gosh, that
yeah,
would
I think
be
that'd be a really good
ridiculous.
supplement to maneuver armor.
But
Because it's
yes,
damage negation, and you don't have to worry about the stupid downside of shields. Like I kind of wish it worked like that. I think the suit would be very nice in that regard. Because you had the potential to negate staggers from the sides while the shields are up, and there's none of the explodey downside, which is pretty cool.
I would. Yeah, I'm afraid of saying this because I don't like the sound of that. But
Oh yeah, it's because it'd be awesome.
um I will say though, I was gonna say the one thing I'd be like, I was gonna say maybe trade me damage control for that, but hmm. Yeah, at least it would have to lose damage control, I would say. Because that's also, not only is the shield, if the, like they just need anything that has multiple shields just needs to have that skill, so that please put on the full armor thunderbolt, please. But besides that, the if those were both shields, that's a lot of area to block like just normal staggers from things. So that's, yeah, you have to make it easier to do build up on it. So at least get rid of damage control if that happens.
I don't know though. I feel like 130 isn't too hard with a lot of the suits at that cost.
I mean, then you have maneuver armor though, so it's a bit more.
Yeah, but you're also getting pot shots from like everybody on the enemy team. I think it's fine because I mean you're taking away like I guess you're kind of getting one, but like I don't know. I personally think that's a little too much. But I could have raid bias going through. Like I think that would like kind of take away somewhat. Like sure you don't have to worry about the stagger, but like if it's easier to stagger at the same time, I don't know. It makes the core to suit worse. Like your maneuver armor gets significantly worse because it's easier to stun you out of it, even with the shields. Because I mean, sure you have the shields to stop instant stun build up, and you take less damage. But if the threshold's lower, you lose like your ability to bull rush. I don't know. I personally don't like that. I don't think I'd like it if they did something like that. I think it would hurt the suit a little bit too much.
I mean, gaining the ability to just walk around normally and then not get staggered from the shield hits. I don't know, maybe like with how wide those are. Yeah, that feels a little too good. I would say. I mean, I'm used to trying to position with like a shield or a shoulder buffer half the time to block a shot, so that's kind of why. And then turn and shoot real quick, and then turn back to kind of block. This is such
Yeah,
a
I
heavy
don't know.
shooty suit. Like I think that'd be kind of interesting if they did it, but yeah, it having a way to mitigate like insta staggers while it's trying to stand still and shoot is kind of
That'd be kind of cool.
it would be kind of cool, but like then I would be like that's why I say you have to give up some of your stun threshold would be the because that's like easy free Sturmfaust.
I feel like at that point you would just ignore that, right? Because there are still people who had the inclination to go in there and try to melee anyway. There have been some times where I try to hit even like the support, and I'm like, oh, man, do a lot. But I feel like that's just like the regular DJ in general. The Sarah definitely got like a pretty meaty downswing by comparison. But the Sarah's the regular DJ was also just about like walking up to people with two stuns, smacking them, and then just going about your day. So that's more so what you're using the melee on this for, because you have even more shit to shoot at it with after the fact. Yeah, it does look dumb, Asian. It's a stupid looking suit, but it's really cool.
But yeah.
Like you said, straight from Solomon.
Um,
Solomon Express.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Giving the express, bitch. Let's go.
So I guess with any other thoughts on Dijeh, then got another question.
That's pretty neat.
It's a good suit.
Oh,
Get it.
Still
Don't
not
listen
seen
to
in
the
space.
haters. Roll whale noises.
yeah, actually that was kind of going to be the next
Don't
next
wail as
thing.
much as I did. Don't do it. It's bad.
So
a
hopping
bad
into
idea.
the oh no. Oh no. I don't want to know how bad. But the patch notes, the rest of the patch notes. My question is, what banner to spin on?
Mm.
I think we know the
The
obvious
All of
answer.
them.
banner.
Will all of them. No.
The one with the Quattro Bagina shades.
This is true.
Because it
Yeah,
has a higher
I mean
drop rate on the cool raid.
I
the
do
shades
actually
are
like
awesome.
all of the banners though, because I like the Zeku
Yeah, they are
series.
pretty nice.
The 3-step banner has a lot of good stuff if you haven't gotten a lot of those suits in the past. The one for me was gonna be the Mark V, but it was also at the ass end of the step, so I was like, probably not gonna happen.
And then for
So I just
me,
went for the banner shoot.
yeah. The Zeku stuff is really cool. It's just at 650. I don't know if the support version stands up,
I
and
definitely want to find out.
the general seems pretty cool. Like I just
General
want to
seems
see
like it's gonna be gross.
I want to see the
General, if
health on
anything,
that.
is gonna bully the shit out of the DJ because of it's like, oh, you got Stern Fuzz, I got this rocket launcher. That thing chunks. Just kind of nasty. It doesn't even need to hit with like two salvos. It's just all in one.
But I think actually I'm gonna look at this real quick. But yeah, we have the Zeku Lines banner, which is cool. So both of those, and then I'll bring up over here. Here we go. Then we have the step up. Either of you have the step up right now, or
On screen,
yeah,
like in game.
Yeah.
well, any of the information. No, I can read them off.
Oh, I was pulling it up now,
Okay.
but you
But
got
yeah,
it.
yeah, it's up right now on the thing. But I was also trying to check these Zekurines, because I'm curious to know its health. Yeah,
It's
22,
or
oh,
23,500.
23,500. Okay, like that.
Mm-hmm.
That is some crazy general front line right there.
Yeah, it's 2,000 more. It's actually kind of interesting. Level 1 is 2,500. 20,500. Level 2 is 21,500, and level 3 is 23,500. So they gave
Wait
it
a minute.
2,000 more HP.
I've got level 2. It's 22,000.
Hmm. Do you have parts on? This one's on the
No.
wiki. It says it's 21,500, but it could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right
Like
now.
looking at it in game,
600 level
yeah. I
2,
mean, it must be right.
22,000. And yeah, all I've got is armor.
Hmm.
So that's why I was like, wow, it's already 22 just base. So that's pretty hype. So if you don't need a 650 raid, or you don't want the best 650 raid, then there's that banner. Or if you don't have the step up stuff, which let me go and switch back so I can read that. We got the Cubile, the Zeta Gundam. This is level 2 of that one, and the Dijeh level 2 as well. For the first step up, but at the end of it, you get a. This is 11th suit, right? Situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And it's one of those, and I mean that first step. If you don't have any of those, they're really good suits. Like, there's nothing bad on there because there's still a lot of
I just wanted to add
Zetas.
in on the Zeku banner. Like, I still stand by my previous opinion that the General Zeku is kind of underwhelming. I think they still need to buff its sub weapons to make it a little bit more viable. And
Club.
the
The
support,
club.
yeah, fix the name. The support version, like I think the output's there, but it's probably a little bit squishy. Just to add a bit of a take on it, but like I would say, unless you just kind of like that, or you see that machine gun on the Zeku Lines 3, and it was like Daka Daka, I personally think rolling on either the two other banners is a better use of your tokens.
Yeah, probably. As far as like meta suits go, if you need a general, for instance, at 650, I mean the O or the Cubile or the Zeta
Hmm.
Gundam, I'd say is probably better than the Zeku, yeah. And then
Not saying it's unplayable by any means, though.
yeah,
I want to make that clear. If you already have the Zeku and it's like your only suit, don't stop playing it. Like it has a solid loadout, all things considered. They just need to make the sub weapons better.
I mean it's one of the main suits I use at 550 Ace right now. If I go into a
Hmm.
550 Ace, I just use that because I can always whittle something down, or like the swings are very wide on it too, so
Hmm.
it's actually got some good melee. Um, But yeah, for the step up, then we got in the second step, the Cubile Mark II, the double Zeta, the Hama Hama, and the Bawu. And kind of your statement on the
Oh,
Zeku suits, the double Zeta and the Hama Hama are definitely in that kind of category of they're not bad, but they're not great. um, Definitely with
I
the
would say
buffs
that
though.
I would say they're the dud suits on that step for
Yeah,
sure. You
yeah,
you
that's
really Which is kind of funny because the raids are the good suits on step 2,
I mean, I
which is
want the
pretty awesome.
Bawu. That's the one suit I need out of that entire list
The
on here.
Bawu.
Other than
Yeah,
that,
pretty much.
the
I
only
actually could
other
use the double Zeta, but I would never play it, so whatever.
Right.
yeah, I finally got
Well,
it.
now that you say that, if you ever get it, it's gonna request it a bunch.
Oh yeah,
Right.
but yeah, the second step definitely is pretty cool with the Bawu and Mark II Cubile. Not like there's not like a strictly bad suit out of those, but I don't think it's as good, or if you will, as meta as step 1 is. And then step 3 we got the Sentinel stuff, so the EXS, the FAS, the Mark V, and the Zeta Plus C1, which yeah, that's all top
Pretty
tier
good.
except, and I hate that I have to say this, FAS.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Faz kind of the rough one
Faz is
on that
definitely a
list.
dud on there.
Uh, I love playing it, but it is I can't really say
I'll be
recommend
too
it to
happy if you
somebody.
get it though.
They have
Yeah.
3 other suits that are pretty good though, like on step 3. Like EXS after the buffs is not terrible by any
I
means.
really
The
want that
Mark
fucking Mark
5,
Five.
yeah, the Mark 5 isn't like the worst suit ever. Um and the C1, I mean, we were just talking about how it's a strong contender. Like they definitely got some good ones.
Oh yeah, the C1 is still the best 600 support. And
I will
then
say though, I would have liked to have seen the HML um on the first step. I think it's kind of weird. It's general. Like it's
yeah,
all generals. Like that's kind of strange.
you need the
It is the true
650
meta.
general.
Yeah.
So yeah, little weird with that, but overall though, if yeah, so what banner would you recommend though, I guess? Personally, I would have to say if you need things from the step up, specifically if you need things from step 1, definitely do step 1. Step 2 is where
Definitely
it
at
gets
least look at the
questionable.
list for it, right? And then from
For
there,
sure.
just do the banner. Oh my
Cool
god.
sunglasses. Sexy raid. Quadruple Sturmfaust. Thick, solid defensive body.
Oh, okay.
650
I
natural
get.
cost.
Hang on. Let me turn the patch notes things off. There you go. Now start pointing up.
Oh, there we go. That banner.
Yeah, that's honestly, yeah. If you need a raid, then like if you were gonna go for the Babu or the Mark II Cubile probably, or even the Mark V, then just roll on this
Skip
banner.
all that and just go on the banner.
Just
Yeah.
roll on this. Just roll on the main banner.
Fuck
Like
all
You
those
want a
things. Just go
650 high
banner.
cost suit. I don't know though. The extra step isn't too bad. I mean, you do get a bunch of stuff for it at the very least. I think it kind of comes down to preference. If none of the bonus suits are something like you have to have, like I like the Bawu, but I mean, I don't think I wanted enough to take the 1 and 4
yeah.
for any means. So, like to me, just getting a Dijeh makes sense. But we've talked about before how like the ones with the really good guarantees, especially if it gives you a chance of something you want, are definitely worth rolling for. I think this is one of those cases. I personally think. Do you think it would be dumb if they let you roll on it multiple times from the beginning? It's like after step 3, they let you start over. Because I don't like. What would it hurt to give you another chance at the curated pool? Because like, well, I know Wells would do it if they really wanted one of those suits. It's like, what's the real harm to let you start over, right?
I'm.
Mm.
Hmm. I mean, they did that. I would like them to, mark one out. Whichever you got the first, then you got a 1 and 3 kind of thing.
That'd be cool too. Like, I personally think they need to go ahead and just add a pity system, but something like that would be fine. I don't see
Yeah.
why they don't. I think if people could start over and roll again, I bet there are people who would, um, just to have a shot at those suits.
Oh yeah, for sure there would. Yeah. Like there's no doubt about that. Um, specifically if you need like 3 things in like step 1, then yeah. But
Another team, another raidless comp.
uh-oh. Anyway, anything else with the banner?
No, I'd say they're all pretty fun.
Mhm.
Get on one of them if you got the money. The banner suit's definitely worth it. There's some good stuff in both of them, especially if you're also like a fan of some of the Zeki series stuff.
Yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, roll into suits you like.
Before we get into the ticket shop stuff, though,
Mm.
I will say, what do you guys think about like where we have these events? You know, we've recently had a couple kind of close, and the just them throwing in like all these extra banners. Like, it kind of it's kind of interesting when you have like 4 or 5 banners that are like, I could roll on this. Specifically, the one I'm talking about is when they did the 10 different suit banner, which I'm super salty about. But
Mm.
yeah, and then I just did it because I got the only thing that I didn't need out of like 7 I could have had. But anyway, beside the point. Actually, I think I found out it was like the other 8 or 9 I could actually use. But anyway, the just having all the different choices for banners, I think is kind of interesting. Like I know they definitely are doing this for the spring event for the
Mhm.
3, but having like whatever the main banner is, then like the higher levels of things, and then what else do they have going on during the event? Because we had like wasn't it like 4 or 5 banners in at the same time? I don't think that was GBO days, was it? When that super banner was going on?
I think one of them wasn't an extension of one too, something like
Yeah,
that.
they ended up extended the super banner that I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But I never even rolled on it, so I never even paid attention.
But I know some people I heard a lot of comments in chat from people just saying like I like to see when they have a bunch of banners and there's a lot of choices.
Yeah. I'm so used to that from other games. Like it seems like there's never a shortage of like banners or return banners and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird that they're not going that route. It feels like they're trying to be a gotcha game while averting from some of the mobile expectations, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. I think they should definitely do some of the stuff that you see in mobile style games. I mean, you're not fooling anybody. Like we all know what kind of game this is.
Like if they could cram this on a phone, they would. Like, come on.
Pretty much.
On my
Considering
tiny
that
phone,
they're already making PS4s melt, I don't think that's gonna be a possibility though.
right?
Oh man. Um, but yeah, thought I'd bring that up real quick. So in the ticket shop, we got another giant list of suits. Like
Oh yeah.
this has been crazy because I'm like, oh, I kind of want that. I kind of want that. And so we got the GPO1 FB level 2, both the suit and its gun, and its prototype beam rifle gun, the one you want to use with it. Pretty much, in my opinion, all weapons that are in ticket shop is not worth. If you can wait till it hits the DP store for the weapon part. And then we also have the GPO2 MLRS level 2, the Dijeh level 1 and 2, also the MLRS's missiles level 2. Definitely not the most necessary thing to have. And then the Peasant to watch level 4, I believe. It doesn't actually have the number on here, but so yeah. What do you guys think about those, and which ones would you pick?
I don't know because I have all of them. That shit means nothing to me.
Fair enough.
Um,
MLRS for me, I guess as far as the support thing, um,
yeah.
it's still top tier. Like it's like I said, I'd probably say the C1's uh probably the better suit, but MLRS
Mhm.
still is an insane suit. Still got that big
Oh, for
shield.
sure.
Still got chunk damage. Like if I'm feeling a little unconfident in what I'm doing, I'll still take the MLRS at both 600 and 650.
And if you can't rely on your team, rely on that shield.
Yep, at my fridge door.
But yeah, I agree. MLRS is still a pretty solid support. Like I will say it's filling gauge now, and it's a little bit rough because they started packaging raids with good stagger build up options.
Yep.
Um, so the shield kind of becomes like a big target. It's a bit easier to get around. Well, I guess it's been as easy as before, but people are getting better at hitting around it. Um, but
I feel like
it's
people
still
learned
like a
that
terrible
first
option.
and then started figuring out the consecutive stuff after.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
well,
much.
I definitely didn't set it with any like particular order in mind for sure, but the GPO1 FB is still a solid spacesuit. You can just zip around and do your thing. And I mean, I like the Dijeh after the buffs that they did to it as well. Like I
Hmm.
think they added some good stuff. I will say I think the Pezun is in a bit of an awkward spot. I feel like it's too squishy now.
Oh yeah, at level
Like
4 for sure.
beforehand, it felt yeah, beforehand it felt pretty nice, but like I don't know. The few times I've played it, I feel like I just get melted. Um, I it really probably needs to have maneuver armor added onto it.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that sub weapon shotty was kind of nice in the beginning, and it's like a bunch of other shit has stuff that either does the same or has more damage on it, so it's not really that special anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have my thing with the Dijeh is it is in the DP store and it's getting lowered price, but it's still I'm pretty sure has the major rank requirement to even buy, but it's went down to 169,000. I can check the rank on it real quick. Because I spent the 400,000 to get it. Yay! But yeah, that's definitely a pretty solid suit. Can recommend. Yeah, it's still major. Rip.
Oof.
But um,
I do like the discounts that they're doing for some of these though. I hope that they do that a bit more.
they need to just do a rank discount though.
I mean, they need to get rid of that the way that they did for the weapons anyway.
Yep. Because that part change was like one of the best things they've done. Um, but yeah, and like you said with the GPO1 FB, it's still a great base suit all the way up to the top.
Mm,
So
can't beat that neutral speed, man. It's
Not that I
insane.
would know. I'm an old type.
like straight DBZ fight going on while I'm like, gonna go kill the base.
Man's over here at 8 p.m. and playing StarCraft, and these guys haven't shown in fights.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll go with the strategy.
I mean,
You
just
guys
go
can go
base
with the
rush.
yeah. I just kite people around the base and distract them long enough. It's technically like I got 6 kills or whatever, right?
They're having like this sick DBZ battle, but they're not even looking at the guy they're fighting. They're just looking at the base, like, why is it still ticking down?
And then one of them that are in the FB that are like gods of space come over, and I'm just like, Sonny. And
Oh
I'm just
no!
like straight up, man. Like it's crazy when you see one because they're just I'm like, yeah, shooting the hands. Doof, doof. I'm like, okay, what's that? Oh, it's a support. Law. I'm gonna kite you for days. And then it's an FB that knows what they're doing. And they're just like,
Dun.
and they're like dashing around me. I'm like, I can't follow this. And they're also shooting me in between
Yeah, you're
dashes.
too damn big.
And I'm like, what in the world? And then they're like poking me in the back somehow. I'm like, how did you get behind me?
Nothing personnel.
Nothing personnel indeed on my Womo and all that jazz. Oh yeah.
So yeah, FBs are gross. But also in the
Ooh,
ticket
piercing
shop.
damage.
Sorry, what?
I just shot 2 things with the cannon. I was like, ooh,
Oh,
piercing damage.
yeah,
Oh,
It does exist.
it
They
does.
do
they do exist.
Yeah. So then we have the Zero Shiki marking and the Zero Shiki Type 2 marking in there. Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm happy about the DP store this week because the Heavy Gundam level 2 is in there. Woot woot.
Intensify.
Definitely a fun suit to play. Sadly, it's kind of gotten power creeped out of existence, even though it was still kind of a rough sell. As much as I loved it, like you had to shoot the beam, immediately go to the Gatling and hit like 3 shots to get a stagger on somebody.
Yeah.
It was still decently quick once you got used to it, but it was still, if you missed that beam, oops. Also, I think you might be able to shoot a flying type out of the sky with that beam. Kind of funny. Now that we know the percentage is down to like 80.
Yeah.
Then they have the Gian EOS level 3 in the DP store as well. Kind of nice. Level 2, that buff to level 2 is really nice. I'm seeing it a lot now. And then GM Striker Kai. I don't have that. So I'll definitely have a new space raid.
Mm.
But
It does. It would knock it out of the air. The stagger value is 80%.
yes.
Okay.
Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, when
Let's go.
I was doing my gacha spins yesterday, it just kept shitting out other raids at me while I was trying to get the CA. It went like
no.
Unified Boosted, Humbrabi level 2, level 3 Striker Kai, Night Seeker 2, level 3. I was like, stop!
It's time!
Finally gave me the CA. I was like, Jesus.
Please.
I will say Magnum doesn't like
One
you have to
raid.
charge to knock it out of the air.
Yeah,
From what I
it's
can
just
read here, it's just 80% like fully charged or not.
yeah, fully charged is just a normal stun is what you have to do, and pierce at that point.
Well, no, I'm just saying like the stagger value in
Yeah,
general is just
yeah.
80. Yeah, so you probably just be like, oh look.
Yeah, the only thing I say the only thing charging up does is give it more damage, stun, and pierce.
You know,
Mhm.
just nothing special.
Well, it takes so long to fall down. You just shoot it out of the
Okay, I
air,
guess.
and then you charge your gun while it's falling and shoot it again.
Oh my gosh,
Ta-da!
yes.
You're double dead, bud.
You have that much time for real though. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
Like every time I see that glide structure it'd be a higher level, I was like, no, don't put that on there. I don't want that.
For real though,
No,
right?
everybody has such like high powered range confirms, and you're like slow falling, like fuck.
Like, why'd you think that was a good thing to put on that? Stop it. I know it's a flying suit, but fuck off.
Oh my gosh, I just saw a meme.
Like, I'm not doing jump shots, I'm fucking flying.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Bullet time, man. Come on, dude.
No,
Oh
thank
gosh.
you. Like, when you hit your quick falling, you're still falling like normally, like, fuck.
Right? Please go
He's like, I
faster,
can't.
please.
You just jump out of your suit and start shoving it down like, oh no.
Yeah. You
Got
just like
catching the wind.
fell out as a pilot and started boosting down. Oh my gosh.
Make it.
Like you're trying to see, yeah, like you're trying to stop access, but you're pushing it down to earth. Like, just go, just go.
Impact.
Do it. By the way, though, on a side note, I just saw a meme while I was clicking things, and it was the like, what you want and what you want at home, and it was like the Dijeh CA and the Dijeh you have at home, and it was just like the normal one, only with like
It was just sitting there
Amuro, with like a picture of Amuro next to
wanking.
it.
He sure did pilot that one time, by golly. Tell you.
So that was pretty good. Well
It's like,
done.
but honey, those were his colors. I know, but it's not the same, Mom.
Right. Oh yeah, then they had this apology regarding the Zero Shiki Type 2. People couldn't
Mm.
bin on it for like an hour because time zones or something.
How dare.
Probably because of the time change or something.
Oh,
Mhm.
Oh, that was already
that's what it
happened,
was.
though.
No, that's what it was. You couldn't sortie in it for the first like
Hour.
because of time zone things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's actually worse.
Yeah. Because they promised that you would have a 650 room up or whatever,
Right.
guaranteed.
Mhm.
Well, 650 with this suit. But the 550, 600, there wasn't one apparently for some people because time zone stuff. Yeah. Let's see.
Well, that's awkward.
Plan ranked things we've kind of mentioned are coming up this weekend.
666 resource satellite. Let's fucking go.
Saturday morning, be
was-
there or be square.
I was not prepared.
Oh my gosh. I love the
Keep
clan
up
battle
that space
rewards.
with bruh.
What the mark?
Yeah.
The snake A red?
No, to sneak a red.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't read that. It's the sneak A. Yes.
The
Wait, what?
don't tread on me boys are gonna like fight hard for this
Oh,
one.
you know what? It says it on the thing, but in the chart, it's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sneak.
I
That's
sneak.
funny. Sneak A.
I must
And
put that on
sneak.
all my stealth suits, but that's not a thing for some reason. BB.
How dare you?
But yeah, this time it'll be the top 10 for the suit and the mark.
Mm-hmm.
And yes. So is it target shuffle or what?
This is the last one for top 10 too.
Wait, is it? I thought next week's is
Wait, is
also
this the
top 10.
53rd or 54th?
It
Oh
should
no,
be
this
the
is the
first one
53rd.
for
Yeah,
top 10,
this is
isn't
the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a second, I thought it was already the 54th one. I was like, oh shit, hold on.
Like, let me in.
I'm
Top
like,
40.
oh my god, let's
it?
go.
Is it target shuffle?
I'm assuming it's target shuffle because
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck simple
Simple
Yeah,
target.
it's showing
Simple
simple
target
target on the
is.
thing. And I'm like, what? Huh?
Maybe it's a new game mode. It's gonna be like Smash the Targets and Smash Brothers.
Simple
I'll be okay
target.
with that.
down.
Smash
I'll
the
be
Target
down for
game's a
that.
banger.
Simple
Bring the
target is
target.
simple battle. Only you can spawn anywhere and everybody is the target at the same time.
There's a bunch of
Cool, simple target.
like clay clay Zakis floating around. You gotta shoot. Whichever team gets the most first wins.
Deal, let's
Yes.
go.
But it's also space, so the good news about that is, typically there's a little bit either less people playing or something, but it seems to be easier to get into top 100 for that. Again, though, you got to be top 10 to get the stuff, but
Mhm.
you only show up on the board probably. You're into the space thing.
If you're into the sweat, you may have a chance to be on the board this week.
And if you want to practice the FB and get good from the ticket shop, it's in the ticket shop. There you go.
It's
Ultimate
all there.
sweatsuit.
You can even practice and refund if you
600.
want to.
600 is gonna be gross. Oh my god.
Mm.
Zeongs and fucking Dovins and FVs flying around, your occasional Mark III and GPO4.
Super Gundam.
Super
Let's go.
Gundam. I've
Rick
seen the
Diaz
Gundam. I
2
think
is
it's a
gonna have his
GBO2 though.
debut in
Oh,
Play Matches too.
Ricardo.
I think this would be awesome. Also, I don't think we said the time, but it is Saturday at 5 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah. 8 Eastern, let's go.
Yeah. I possibly will be on. Maybe, I don't know. It depends on what time people get here. But
We have enough for at least a team. I'm hoping that we can get a couple more and have 2 going.
I don't know if I said this last week, but I think I told you guys I've been doing garden
Echo
stuff.
Gun.
But the I did not. It rained, so I didn't get the tiller in
Oh.
to do that last week. So that's this week. Yep. But yeah, depends on the time on that. But hopefully,
Why do we have a Gaza scene space on this match? Trying to
See
do
you later.
space rated. Oof.
but anyway, so yeah, that's the patch notes. Do we want to go ahead and get into some suit speculation, I guess? Or do you guys have anything else?
I'm down.
We had our Amuro and Shard moment, right? What should we have after that? I'm assuming we're just gonna come back to general though, especially since Amros was a support. So
Yeah,
Psycho Gundam Mark IV. No.
Obviously, we're gonna get you know, a cat's Kobayashi suit now, right?
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, he was in the Gundam Mark II. Already got that. The G defense suit's already on a Super Gundam. Methus. Nemo. Okay, never mind. He's on any new suits unless he's in some like side stuff.
Unless he's
Never
just
mind, we're
in
skipping.
unless he's
Sorry,
just him
Cats fan.
embedded in an asteroid or whatever.
Is this technically the last week of the Spring Festival?
I think so, right?
Yeah, and
So our
then
next banner should be pretty spicy.
well, no, I think this is the last week. I think this was the
But there's 5, right? Because this is 4. Isn't there one more?
oh, is there 5? Hang on,
I
let me
thought
look
there
here.
were.
Limited special missions, more please. Okay, so the different step ups, right? That should be the easy way to tell.
They tell you how many they are gonna do.
Because I think this was the last one. I thought the suit choice was the last one they were gonna do.
I definitely could be wrong for sure.
Actually, another
Oh,
easy
there it is.
way is look. Oh, actually, if you already have it, you can't look. Okay, so
I mean, Rigazi would be a good
Okay,
choice
so
too.
it was
I'd
just
be okay
4.
with
So
that.
yeah,
this must be
week
the last
4.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rigazi could be a safe choice. Get some
Mm.
more decoys in there too.
Cool that they updated the art on the original page. It shows the new Shiki and stuff like that now. What's up?
I'm just looking at random suits, trying to come up with a
I was
idea.
thinking of what we're gonna get.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
say
like
Rigazi. I'm fine with that.
yeah, because we're kind of off the. If we're gonna be exiting out, I mean, I doubt we're gonna get anything like too crazy. They
Yeah.
could do it though. We could have like a bait suit and then they just drop something hot. But I could see it going either way.
We're gonna be going into our event marathon more or less between spring and summer.
Yeah.
Well, I guess another question then, since they've got just the series step up, and this is it. We're gonna have I guess next week we'll have just a normal, very. You think we'll get like a low cost? Actually, what was the clan ranked next week? Curious.
The one after.
450.
You're back on ground too?
Yeah, back on ground, impact site 450. So I just wonder if we're just gonna get some kind of filler suit next week,
Maybe.
and then I guess the bigger question is what's gonna happen Golden Week? What do we think there?
I think I'll probably just go hard on the Char's counterattack stuff unless they want to save that for anniversary. It might be just some more obscure stuff, or maybe they'll fill out the rest of the league list. Depending on if they actually wanted to save some of those for plan suits or not. So there's still a couple in there too.
One cool thing that I wouldn't mind seeing them add, and it might just be because I'm biased towards the Zeta, but they could add if we wanted to like get the trifecta, they could make a raid version of the Zeta by using the wave shooter equipment.
Wave shooter.
Yeah, it's just a Zeta Gundam that's meant to be able to fly better in the atmosphere. That would be pretty cool.
Actually, speaking of that, Z2 wouldn't be bad either.
I'd be okay with
Oh
that
yeah,
too.
be cool.
I just want to raid Zeta Gundam that's not the
Right.
A1.
The A1.
Like, oh man. A raid with the Zeta Gundams kit? Craigasm, let's go. Get that long beam saber. Ooh, those supports will
Oh
never be safe
no,
again. Could
not
you
the
imagine being able to reach
longest
that far of a
poke.
raid? Like, yes, please.
No. Oh man, oh it hurts.
That'd be amazing though.
Poke. It kind of would be cool. I think what's it called again? The other Doga, fancier one.
The Jag Doga?
Yeah, that.
Jagdoga?
Yogg?
Yeah.
Yogged?
Yeah, however you say it. But yeah, the Jag Doga or whatever. Yeah, I could see that maybe. Either we get the fancy one and it has. I could see that though for.
Yeah. Like it's cool enough while not being like quite crazy enough to be like specifically a big anniversary thing. I could see them using that as an in-betweener.
We get some random general next week, and then we get that as a support. I'll take it. That's my guess. But I feel like they're gonna do something to Char's counterattack for Golden Week, and then we'll get the new and the zombie and stuff on anniversary. I would bet for sure. Someone's like, so when are they implementing 700 cost? And I'm like,
Oh my god.
oh no.
Anniversary.
Probably
Yeah,
anniversary.
anniversary for sure.
If it's anything before, then I'm still like, I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to 700.
I thought we kind of agreed that 650 was kind of fleshed out though. Like they did a better job with
Yeah.
this, I think, than they did with 600.
I think it's just but that's what I'm saying. They did a better job with this, and I'm just like, yeah, it was pretty good. I'm
You
not
just
looking
want it to
forward
be there forever.
I'm
I'm
just not
not. I
looking
mean, if we
forward-
get up to the end of CA and we're CCA and we're still cramming shit in the 650, it's gonna be kind of stupid though.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I think we have it feels like we have enough on cost suits. I would wonder if like what the math or to work it out. Like maybe let's look at the old episode of the podcast and see. Because like I feel like beforehand it was just too soon because we had like what maybe 10 suits, if that, that were at 600 or whatever when they released
Yeah,
650.
it was pretty bad. Well,
And
and
I'm
then
not even
two.
talking about like suits that are pushed into that level, just like base cost.
Yeah, just like crammed in there to fill in the spot.
Yeah.
See, that's the other thing too, is just like when they would have like, well, and then too, looking at
Okay.
meta suits was just like,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
got the MLRS. There you go. That's it. Have fun for the next who knows how long. That was forever. That was like the only thing that was like decent. So that was a rough time. I mean, it is one of my most played suits, and I love the suit, but because I have 633 games in the Zaku canon, like 602 in the Dom Barrage, and like 615 in the MLRS. So,
Level 7 Grandpa Gundam's gonna be the first 700 cost suit.
oh my
It's
Or
gonna
whatever.
be
gosh.
700 cost GM cannon.
We don't have a level
Level 7
6, do
Grandpa
we?
Gundam,
We don't have a level
level 30
6.
G3.
Oh my god.
I'll give them both at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
Gelgoog, regular,
Yeah, early
700.
type. Early. It'll
Um,
be the early production.
yeah. The Zommel. Yes,
Yeah, no,
that's
I'll
the
have a
Definitely.
I'll
early
do
game
the
all-star starter kit for any new cost.
yeah, I'll save up. I'll be saving up all my tokens from now till then. And you know, no big deal. I'm just gonna get the both Grandpa Gundams and the
And the new
Zommel
weapons.
in a step up where I'm guaranteed 3 stars, and all 3 of those are gonna be and yeah, and the weapons.
It's kind of a new Gundam if you really think about it.
Oh god.
Okay, so I think I'm out.
It's like I'm done here.
Have a
Ah,
great night.
I'm so
Gold credits.
tilted from these guaranteed 3 stars being Gundams and Zommels, dude. Oh my gosh, my first Black Medea 2 was
Go
just a
commit support.
Gundam level 1. Uh Grandpa
Grandpa
Gundam
Gundam's an
level
old
1.
classic standby.
And then there was another Gao carrier with a 3 star, and it was another Grandpa Gundam in that same 10 pool.
Cool.
Why don't we just have more suits to Amuro piloted, like the O Gundam or Reborns and stuff like that? We could put that in, right? Maybe that's what they should do. Instead of doing level 70 Grandpa Gundam, they just put an O Gundam and it's
They
like a
just
base
bring in
cost
double O shit.
600. Yeah.
Oh
It's like the
my
same thing,
God.
right? Full armor O Gundam, it could be a support. We're already ready. It's a great way to push it up.
Gonna have Train Gundam as well.
It's of course.
Full on a choo choo.
Okay.
Oh.
So that's mine, is the something general next week, random generic.
Yeah.
And then the Jagdoga on Golden Week.
Mm.
That's my final answer. Yeah, you guys got anything else?
I'm still on the Zeta flight version or whatever. What a Penelope. I'd be okay with that too.
New
What?
Gundam Savage.
All right, the F91, fine.
Oh
Not
no.
tall. Oh, if we ever got to F91, I really hope the quote for the banner is literally just that. Not tall. Or it'll probably be something like after images of mass or whatever, but
Right.
Yeah.
it should just be C-book
It would
noises.
just be him going, "Whoa!"
Funnel missiles. Oh, could you imagine funnel missiles, man? They lock on and stun. Ooh. It'd be
God.
like a better version of the. Well, it wouldn't be a better version, but it'd be like it'd be like the Toads Ridders like funnels that attack you. It'd pretty much be
I
like
do
those.
hope I do hope that we get like some sort of like event relation for the new movie, at least for Hathaway's Flash.
Ooh.
Yeah, it should have it be standing in a base camp. I think it would be fucking gigantic.
It'd be kind of
Yeah, it
cool
would.
though, just to see how huge
Yeah.
it would be.
It's, actually, there we go. They put it over there where the Gundam thing.
It
They,
might
they
be it
replaced
might
that
be a
area.
good place for it to fit.
Yeah, that's
Oh
what I was
my
gonna
god.
say. So it actually fit. By the way, when is that? Like, we've gotten what, the second trailer now? When is that actually supposed to be
It'll
a
get
thing?
delayed again or some shit.
I was gonna
Oh, for
say.
sure.
Domino got baited by I think one of the producers for Evangelion because they were making so much money on their movies. He's like, we're gonna take out Evangelion and we're gonna take out what was it, Demon Slayer in the theaters. I'm like, bruh, slow down.
I can see Tono being like, "Fuck them!
Fuck these
We're
dudes, let's
gonna
go.
take all the money."
I'll waste all these motherfuckers.
For real.
And that's like
Dude,
right
he
on the
is.
heels of the live action adaptation announcement, and then people are like, "Wait, for which one are you talking about?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, that's right, Hathaway."
Oh man, that is great. I could see him
I'd
doing
love
that
that
though
as well.
too. Like I don't know if you guys ever watched the the anniversary stuff with like that was on the DVDs for just the original Gundam, the
Mm.
Blu-rays or whatever that they came out with. But like he was straight just talking shit. He was like, "Yeah, I was, I just came in. I was like, you guys suck at animating right now. Get your shit together."
I mean,
He was just like,
Damn.
I've heard him do some pretty like rough stuff. Like I heard a story like when the guys were making I think it was like Turn A Gundam or was it Gundam Seed?
Nay.
Like somebody like went to go ask him for like advice and supposedly he just like literally threw the script of like one of his like I think it was the Seed people asked him for advice and it's like throws the Turn A script at him and just like
Use this.
because I use that. I was like,
yeah,
damn.
Get out of my level, you clowns. If you're gonna copy all my other shit,
yeah, like it's, yeah, for real though, straight savage, dude.
Everybody wants
um,
to like slash and burn everybody. It's like Gundam is the greatest.
but speaking of movies and stuff though, I think aren't they actually about to come out with like a Blu-ray version or something for the Demon Slayer thing?
I think so.
But yeah, movies like I, after everything happened, like I was starting to get into like this, yeah, anime movies in theaters, let's go. And then now it's just
Demon
like,
Slayer is the thing with the girl that has the scroll in her mouth or whatever, right?
Of course, that's
Th-
the one thing you remember from it. But yes,
That's I've never even watched it. Like, that's it, right? Like
yeah.
that's the same anime, right? Okay.
yes,
What like I just assumed it was Goblin Hunter or Goblin Slayer, both demons.
oh no,
Is that pretty like on point or is it different than that?
The tone is definitely a lot less like grim at times, but it's still pretty brutal.
Sure. I gotcha. Okay.
yeah,
I haven't
it's
seen any of
definitely
it
it's
though,
definitely
sorry.
more shonen.
Oh, I gotcha.
Definitely
Yeah,
doesn't look like it was made by a hentai studio. Put it that way.
there's that
Hey
too.
man, hentai have the best plot, figuratively and literally.
um,
I say that like there's a hard like disconnect, but that's not really true at all.
The lines are getting blurred.
oh yeah, they are. There's been a couple the past couple of seasons.
And I was watching
That's what
I was watching
Miyazaki
the
just
Demon
fucking
Lord
pops his
one.
head back up like anime was a mistake.
I was watching the Demon Lord Isekai one because I had to get my one trashy anime in, and it's like How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, I think is the translated name
Oh,
Yeah.
or whatever. But I swear he has like a busty elf archer companion, and I swear like they find some reason for him to get a handful like every other episode, man. Be like, oh, I just woke up in the morning. Oh, whoops! I got a handful of boobies, and I can't take my hands away. Like, oh no, and stuff like that.
it's an anime.
Anime.
But oh yeah, another movie coming out, Black Clover. Just on a side
Mm.
note, because it finished apparently. So I don't know what they're gonna
Maybe.
do. Like so they had their last episode not too long ago, and it was
Hopefully
like,
they can recoup some of their budget so they don't have any other weird shit going on
yeah, like
with the animation apparently. Oh boy.
but anyway, yeah, a little bit of a tangent. Um, guys, want to go ahead and I guess do some shout outs?
Sounds good.
Okay, Gustav13, Gustav_X_I on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and all that good stuff. We're gonna be starting Saga Frontier as our secondary game while continuing to sweat in GBO2. Hopefully I can get a lot of the VODs cut up for Yakuza 7 so we can get that done and done. But other than that, just keep on keeping on. What about you guys?
I am GamingEmblem _XIII. My secondary game will be Saga Frontier. Also, so he's playing that, as well as trying to survive in battle operation. I can't remember what exactly Gustav said. I was gonna like copy him because we're playing the same secondary game, but I had a memory of an insect. But yeah, also doing online internet video games and stuff like that. Saga getting ready for those hot new releases next week as well. Gonna have to figure something out. Maybe I hold off on doing like something or another, but we'll figure that part out. But we do play internet video games at gamingemblem.twitch or whatever. Feel free to come check it out. You could even join us sometimes when we do community matches. I think we have fun here. I'm still trying to figure that part out, but yeah, we play internet video games.
Ooh. And as usual, everybody's links and stuff will be down in the description below. But I'm EG Magnum. I stream on Twitch, got a Twitter, Discord, YouTube channel, stuff like that. Gonna be doing some Path of Exile tomorrow, which with that I'm probably gonna just be wrapping up after this, and then next week, well, and Path of Exile, probably some on the weekend when I can, and more Outriders in next week, and Path of Exile and Outriders and GBO2 dailies, and too many games
Video
because
games.
they've got me started looking at Saga stuff like that. I'm like, oh man! And then I've got Cyber Sleuth over there that I need to get started. That's been waiting for me for a while. And yeah, too many games. But anyway, oh yeah. Also, yeah, well, anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Leave us a comment down below in the comments section of what you thought about what we talked about and stuff like that. But anyway, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.
Later.
Have a good one.